Okay.
Okay, so today's specified training video will be about equality and equity in the workplace. Hello, everyone. My name is Iman Saeed,
And I'm Joey Adakari.
and we are the camp directors here at Lakeview Summer Camp and Recreation Center. So today's topic is about equality and equity within the workplace and how Lakeview Summer Camp and Recreation Center manages to prioritize both. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, so first, let's talk about what equality and what does equity mean. Okay, so first, let's talk about equality. So equality means to simply give everyone the same thing. Everyone is given the same treatment, everyone is given the same privileges, just fairness straight across the board. Now, equity, on the other hand, means to give everyone exactly what they need in order to succeed or achieve the given goal. To simply just meet everyone exactly at where they're at, because we all know that not everyone starts at the same place or faces the same challenges or obstacles. So that's exactly what equity tackles. Okay, so here's a perfect example of both words compared in a more physical sense. So in the first picture here, we have equality being demonstrated. Now, are all of them given the same equal resources? Yes, but are they all equally able to achieve the goal, which is to watch the game? No, and that is where equity comes into play. So equity now, are they all given the same equal amount of resources? No, but are they all able to equally watch the game? Yes. The person here in the blue shirt doesn't need any additional resources to be able to watch the game. Now, the person in the middle with the red shirt only needs one stepping stool to be able to watch the game. And then the last person in the purple shirt needs two stepping stools to be able to watch the game comfortably. And I feel like this is a perfect example of equality and equity being demonstrated and how they may share some similarities, but this is the clear difference. Okay, so what will equality and equity look like here at our summer camps? So for equality, all campers, all staff, and all counselors will be treated equally as in respect. All staff will receive the same training videos like this one. All staff will be able to take their deserved break. All staff will be able to take or have the same amount of, let's say, sick hours. And the same things go for campers, like all campers will be treated fairly, and all campers can participate in all the games and activities that we provide here at the camp. Now, for equity, this might look a little different because some staff and campers may receive additional support. Like some staff may speak another language, or some staff may have disabilities. Same thing could go for the campers as well. Some campers might need to have an extra support, as in like a one-on-one mentor to really help them. And some campers might need a translator. Maybe they don't speak English fluently. Or another example would just be one camper might need to have like headphones and like, to be able to stay focused and stay on task. Now let's talk about why these two matter. Why does equality and equity matter? So equality matters because it gives or makes sure that everyone has the same rights and opportunities. Okay, so no one should be held back because of their differences or because of who they are. That is ridiculous. So when people are treated equally, it opens the door to more opportunities. And here at Lakeview Summer Camp and Recreation Center, we must strive for justice and dignity. Now, why does equity matter? Because it recognizes our differences instead of ignoring them or like disregarding them. In a way, like this is how I perceive it. Equity kind of celebrates our differences and makes and gives everyone the support they need to be able to thrive. And here at Lakeview Summer Camp, we also must make sure that no one is left behind. And then I'll pass it off to you, Joey.
Okay, so how can we ensure equity in the workplace? We want to be able to introduce more of our diversity in our interview panels. And that way, we want to make sure that we have more diversity into our camp so we can have everyone feel more comfortable. Considering the worker situations, this could be for anyone who is like a single mother, need child support, like timing to have their children in daycare. We could try to have more flexible hours for those type of accommodations. Benefits being provided, we could try to incorporate more benefits such as like insurance and helping them figure out more of a, I don't know how to put that, but mm, I'll get back to that. Flexibility, we want to be able to help the workers that we are trying to get in to have more time for what they can and cannot work for. Accommodation to health conditions or disabilities. If we have anybody who wants to be working for our summer camp, we could try to accommodate for anything and we don't discriminate against it as well. Can you go to the next one? Inequality in the workplace. So unequal pay. This could be with individuals who have the same qualifications and experiences, but may have different compensations based off of their characteristics. The limited opportunities for promotions. This could be from certain groups who may face barriers in accessing leadership roles or anything like that, and we could try to accommodate that and advance them with better promotions. Lack of the leadership, this can be with having unrepresentation in our camp that we want to try to not have, and we want to be able to give enough leadership to our workers so they could do their work better. Exposure to discrimination, but this could also be with harassment. We want to have our employees be educated on what harassment and discrimination in the workplace is so we can try to prevent that as much as possible and reduce creativity. This could also be with if many of our employees are not able to have their ideas be put out there. This can limit the range of perspectives that we can have, and we want to be able to incorporate more ideas to make our camp better. Next, please. Um, Inequality in the workplace. This can be with gender pay, how in society we're always hearing that males get paid more than females. We want to be able to um, accommodate that with similar pay for the work that they do. The same goes with age-based discrimination. For example, they may say older workers who are more, um, I guess, used to the work, they can probably face discrimination against like following old practices instead of the new modern practices. Race-based discrimination, they could say that one race works better than another. We want to not have any discrimination against that. Favoritism, this is something big that could be with like such as managers, with employees. We don't want to have any opportunities for advancement based off of being compared to others. So we want to stay away from that. Unconscious bias, this could be with the stereotypes or like attitudes that can lead to discriminatory behaviors. Lack of accessibility, like how I mentioned in a previous slide before, we want to be able to give whoever it is, whether it's an employee or even our campers, we want to be able to give them whatever they are able to use. Next, please. How can you promote equality in the workplace? So this could be with what I mentioned earlier. We want to address the pay equality with males and females or even non-binary individuals. Implement flexible work hours for those with accommodations, like how I mentioned with the example earlier with mothers or fathers who need to have flexible work times in order to accommodate for their children. Advocate for gender diversity in leadership. So an example of that could be we can probably see males who are more as managers or higher in leadership. We want to incorporate both, well, males, females, and non-binary individuals. And we want to implement the anti-harassment policies so everyone is educated on them and able to stay away from those type of behaviors. Next, please. How can you promote equity in the workplace? So updating our hiring practices. So we want to be able to, like in our handout that you guys have been given, you can see how we are putting in a step by step on how our hiring process works. And we want to keep it updated so everyone is able to understand how it is. Examine the onboarding process. Again, that is also going to be in our handout. So you are able to see what process, what step comes next. So you are able to have a better understanding. Promoting leadership. We want to be able to show how anyone can be a leader if they want, and they can always give out their ideas, and how I mentioned earlier that we can increase our creativity among our camp. Share the progress of the organization. This is more of being able to see how we can be with our competitors to see how much we can improve our strengths, improve our weaknesses, have more um, ideas on how we could better our camp and evaluate the workplace. Next, please. And that is the end of our specified training presentation. If anyone has any questions, we did provide our number and email into our handout, so please feel free to reach out with whatever questions you guys may have.
Thank you. That is the end of our equality and equity in the workplace training video.
Thank you.